Hello everyone, I have terrible news to tell you. Torture porn has fallen off. Don't get me wrong, it was cool in like the Cold War in the 1960s. But now, I think it's overdone a bit. You see, recently Re:Zero Season 3 has dropped. And you know, light novel readers were hyping that shit up AF. You know, in the ways that they usually do.
Although you say that you've seen Re:Zero, can you really say that you have actually seen Re:Zero when you've seen but a smidgen of a pigeon? Listen up, mongrel. I consumed the series in a far superior way, and my knowledge far exceeds what your tiny brain cells have scraped up. Your opinion is no more than misinformation. So if you don't want to be turned to pigeon dust, I would suggest that you fuck.
So yeah, light novel readers aside, I was really hyped for Season 3 and was like,
oh shit,
here we go again. Turns out, going again was kinda like going again? Well, I don't really know how to explain it. I just wasn't feeling the throbbing in my noggin. Like, before Subari would die and the sound would play and he would return to a point and I would be like, damn, that's hype. But I mean, it happens again and now I'm like, yeah. When was the new One Piece chapter coming out again? For me, the gimmick of returning by that had gotten a bit stale or lame. But also on the other hand, that is what the series is about after all. I'm not going to watch a basketball game and be like, damn, why are they shooting so many 3-pointers? Can't they do something new? Returning to death, aka torture porn, is the series' trademark, or gimmick after all. And you know, I was going into the series expecting that. So is it just me that has changed? Or is there perhaps different ways to use gimmicks that's both good and bad? And is there perhaps something to dive into here? Hey, A&B sauce, Bikel here, and today we're going to take a look in the use of gimmicks in anime. But first, let's look into the subject of cheese. Oh, not that cheese. Move away, Chris Broad. But it's rather this type of cheese.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always.
Alright, if you're not a League player, first off, just keep being you, man. Spread the happiness, get a family, create life. Might as well even save lives if you're on it. Become a respectable doctor and complain about the taxes. And also, you're probably still as confused as to how the construction of cheese works. So, for you to understand, we have to go on a little off-tangent road trip here. You see, when I was around 16 years old, I wanted to be a professional Smash Bros. Melee Fox player. And that meant a couple of things. For one, obviously I didn't shower, since that would obviously mean I would kill my own tech skill gains. It was also a way to position and space myself better for my opponents, meaning other human beings. And also, since I mained Fox, it meant I had to put a shit ton of hours just to be able to move and play properly. And I mean this. I mean, people have come up to me afterwards and be like, wow, you can wave dash? For a melee player, that is the equivalent of, wow, you can walk. You see, melee has a very high barrier of entry to even play the game. So for us, people who can't wave dash or L cancel, they feel like small babies who can't even walk properly. Well, I was writing this with a tone of irony, but actually I remember playing like a League game and going like 0-10, you know, getting Fortnite danced on, and being in my head like, these guys think they're good, but I bet they can't even wave dash. They don't know how gifted I really am. Okay, anywho's, fast forward to me going to my first tournament, having put in a shit ton of hours just to combo and move properly. And then I'm up against Ostlars. Ostlars is Swedish for cheese Lars, as Lars was his name and cheese was his method. He played Samus, he couldn't wave dash, and all he did was hold down. This secret hidden technique was called crouch cancelling, and if you don't execute properly and attack with the right move, he can literally just do a counter hit with one button and win the game, which is what he did.
A summoner has disconnected.
That, my friend, is Lars, that motherfucker, exploiting a gimmick in a way that feels very, very cheap and easy, which is what we call cheese. And anime has a lot of cheese. Especially the Isekai genre. And I mean, does it really even count as an Isekai if you don't have a gimmick? Reincarnated in a fantasy world, but as a slime, as a cell phone, a spider, as a fridge, you can return by death, and the list goes on and on. I mean, the gimmicks are overused to a point where Mushoku Tensei actually feels fresh because it doesn't have a special gimmick. And I mean, a lot of these can feel very cheap. Like, in actuality, very clickbaity. I can just imagine the Mr. Beast video. Today, I got reincarnated to another world. But this time, I'm a cell phone. Beast! Watch till the end of the video to find out if I get 5G in a fantasy world. This video is sponsored by Apple. So, is Mr. Beast videos bad? And I mean, does that mean that an anime is inherently worse just because they have a cheap gimmick? Well, let's take one of my absolute favorite isekais, the Eminence in Shadow, as an example. Here, the gimmick is that the main character is only obsessed with being mysterious, strong, and cool.
I need more power.
While also trying his absolute hardest to see him as an NPC loser side character on the side. Maybe you think that explanation is a bit long for it to be a gimmick, but his own answer would be of the kind, I only want to become the Eminence in Shadow. Bro literally made that up and said that's what he wants to become. You know, imagine my parents asking, so what do you do for a living now that you have quit your job? And I answer with, I'm going to become the anti-meta brain. Subscribe now. So well, in short, the series is a parody of other isekai, where the point is, the protagonist is so obsessed by being mysterious and cool, to the point where he feels no attraction to girls, barks after money, takes pride in dying first when he plays the roles of a side character, as well as steal a piano, just so he can sit there menacingly and mysteriously play the Beethoven Moonlight Sonata. In a way, the series reuses the same gimmick every time, yet for some reason it never gets stale for me, at least so far. It is what makes the series unique, not only because I and many others find the series funny, but mostly because it tells two different stories at the same time. First, we have all the other characters, where they all react like almost exactly as you would expect isekai characters to react. And on the other hand, we have the Giga Chad Sid, or Shadow. God damn, I love that generic ass name. I mean, dude does everything the exact opposite. Shadow's actions are not by the book and just like straight up ignores the rest of the world. Like, bro was supposed to save his own sister from an overpowered evil vampire, but he was too busy stealing all the gold from the castle, so his sister just almost straight up died. In other words, the series is unpredictable, and it keeps being unpredictable, at least so far, which is why it is one of my favorites. Because, you know, I have seen funny isekai before, like for example The Devil is a Part-Timer, where I absolutely adored season 1, but the series got real predictable and plain in season 2, so I just dropped it after like 3 more episodes as they stopped doing the twist, but instead rather made it into some far-fetched, weird demon and angel story or something instead. I think unpredictability, using a gimmick in different ways to keep things fresh, is key when looking at a series or anime that uses gimmicks to grab the viewer's attention.
Today, we will be planting 20 million trees.
If the gimmick is used as a tool to bring interesting and new scenarios, it makes the series more exciting. For example, what I felt in ReZero in season 1. But if that gimmick gets overused, it only leads to the same point, aka torture porn, over and over again. The gimmick quickly gets stale and instead starts to feel cheap and cheesy. Now, I have not read the light novel, but I think ReZero has an interesting world and very good characters. But I think if it keeps doing the same thing, the series is only going to drop in quality. Like, we do need some new spice. Like, imagine, what if Subaru loses his return by death ability and someone actually dies? What if the opponent he faces is one where it doesn't work? What if someone else gets that ability instead? And this is just me spitting out... Oh, right, sorry Gen Zers. I mean, of course, this is just me hot pulling out ideas for you. But twists or new perspectives like this is what at the very least would be ways to keep the series exciting and fresh for me. And for me, the right way to use a gimmick in anime. Hey, thanks for watching so far. Just bringing you some positive news that I have actually taken some steps in uploading more frequently. For me, that has been buying a new PC as well as getting into learning a new editing software. So hey, you can always subscribe and give me heavy anxiety to upload more and keep the deadlines. I mean seriously, I use freaking child labor if I have to. Jokes aside, I'm planning on uploading more. Thank you for watching so far into the video and have a great night, day, freaking Ramadan. Just have a great non-binary time, okay? Bye guys!